Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual, human being, personality, you. Today, I would like to speak about finding the human being in each individual through, of course, practice, an active consistency, and a commitment to do so. Although you will find more than just human beings, you will also find higher beings, you will find anything in between, elemental beings, you will find lower beings that is constantly affecting us. But it is all about how we try to hold the space to perceive such things. By actively looking for the human being in not only oneself and not only in others, but also out in the world, be it minerals, plants, animals, we will come to know ourselves even more, but it is about having the balance between going inward and enlivening outward. By us holding ourselves to being individuals, but at the same time not becoming fantastical or abstract, but holding to a certain concrete practice that is in relation to this earthly development, so that we do not lose our ground under our feet and become, well, both confused and, in many cases, misled by beings that doesn't want us to be, human beings. They want us to be either superhuman or mechanical or animal, while none of these are truth. We are human beings, soul spiritual beings that are far more in alignment with the hierarchy than they are animals. We have been given our I consciousness, capital I consciousness, and from it we are capable of working upon ourselves as human beings, our astral body, our etheric and our physical body. We need to first master our interests and our directionary and attention powers to direct ourselves towards what is both healthy and holy and sacred in a sense. By holding that to your heart, you also hold a certain form of feeling of beauty. Oh, and while I had that, in my last video I said aesthetic beauty was feeling pain when someone else is in pain. What I meant is aesthetic beauty is when someone is in pain, it is observed as, you know, you feel compassion and love for that person. Uh, Aesthetic beauty means something looks beautiful or looks ugly based on moral actions. Moral beauty is what feels beautiful and what feels ugly. So you have perceiving ugliness and beauty, aesthetic. Moral, feeling. Once you have that as a second nature and you can feel pain when, well, we ourselves do something that might be considered immoral, or observing an immoral action in the world like bullying or such things, you feel pain. But you feel joy when someone do something beautiful. And that is also, it is not only the negative, it is also finding the beautiful, optimistic, hopeful. For if we only go and see every kind of problems and mistakes and have no way to, well, at least for oneself, come to master these conditions within oneself, one is only being part of the problem. We are participating within it then without any solutions or any step towards, solution. But solution comes from every individual human being mastering themselves and, well, purifying, ennobling, mastering. For the more you master your thoughts, you direct your thoughts and your feelings follows. Your thoughts is the only thing that truly is conscious, fully conscious within our being. Our feelings is more of a dreamy form of sensation. But with your thoughts united with your feelings, you can actually enlighten your feelings, making symbols and images and pictures that can relate to the feelings you are feeling. Now the will is we are utterly asleep to, mostly because when we are in everyday daytime consciousness, the will, we are the will in a sense. The will is kind of working when we are, let's say now, you imagine a sunflower. And, well, imagine that you hold a watering can and you are watering that sunflower. What you just did there, you utilized your will to think with. Of course, I were helping you along the way just to, suggest something, of course. But you see, the will is kind of hidden there. You are the activity of the will in your thoughts. This is the first step, mastering thoughts. And our feelings, the more we master us, the deeper we go, you see. And our physical body, our will, is the last that develops. Spirit man, spirit human. We have spirit self, the purified form of our astral being, our longings, our interests, our pleasures, our pains, our sorrows and joys, our dreams. When that is purified, we have manas, or spirit self. And then we have our etheric body, or life spirit. Our etheric body, our life formative forces, glandular system which it's reflected in, but also the form we have taken. The architect of our form is our etheric body, which also holds us alive. When we die, our etheric body leaves us and our physical being becomes like the minerals, breaks down. Until we die, we are still alive. It is a force of both life and death within us. We are constantly aging, we are constantly changing, and so on. Once we have purified the etheric body, our formative forces, bringing a certain amount of life and vigor and vitality to the world, we are purifying and mastering and cultivating our life spirit, or buddhi. When we have gone so deep that that our will are directed towards what is important for humankind and for the individual in general, when we can truly work with our will towards what the higher worlds and the gods and the Godhead is, and the Christ is truly prompting us to, we are mastering Atman, which is spirit human. That means both our astral, etheric, and physical have, as much as can be in this lifetime, been purified. Of course, we cannot come fully into this, but we have the seeds and the latent, sleeping, slumbering forces within us that we actively cultivate. So that whatever we cultivate now becomes as a gift and joy for all of mankind. For we will find all of mankind within in the individual. Not you individual or me individual, but the archetypal individual. For we need to, if you become so individual that you cannot relate to anyone, you are a little lost, aren't you? It is all about holding oneself strong to what is human. That is when we can connect to anyone. Of course, not everyone is meant to be connected to per se, but you know what I mean here. It is about holding oneself to that responsibility. Everyone can be a rebel. Anyone can disagree with anyone and everyone. That is an easy task. It's the easiest ever. That is more or less our standard today. Now, to find something that we can agree and harmonize with, it's a bigger challenge, and it is the challenge presented to us today, which is also what the Whitsun represent, which is very soon, very soon. And the individualized Holy Spirit in each and every one of us can express itself the more we develop. And it is fully possible to come to understand many of the variations and details and, well, forms and shapes and behaviors and everything that has presented itself to us. But we need to have the interest for it and also know that it is possible, and not saying to ourselves it is impossible. Have you tried? Have you made an attempt for a few years? Have you, with an open mind, or have you that locked opinion that it is not possible? It is all about reflecting a little about, now why? It is more or less being a scientist and finding out for oneself, the independent individual study of this, and then come back to to everyone else and find and communicate what you find, you know. And well, I'm pretty sure you that listening to me understand most of what I am saying, because we wish to be understood. The Christ impulse, the individualized human being that also is connected to the whole of mankind. It is a joyous ride. Chaotic, yeah. Turbulent, yeah. With many challenges and many sufferings and sorrows, because we both have karma and we go through to strengthen the good, the true, the good, and the beautiful, but also holding oneself consistent and strong to these moral forces, despite experiencing all of the opposites, you know. For only through knowing the opposites can we truly know the good. Strengthening what is loving, nurturing, warm, and higher knowledge. And that requires a little dedication. And I know you have it. It is all about awakening and enlivening and putting a fuel to the fire. You know, go, just symbolically speaking, go out chopping wood and putting wood into your fire. Of course, I am just inspiring you to go out chopping wood. But I want you to go chop wood and put that fire into your own stove, you know? And that is the symbol of the individual Holy Spirit in each and every one of us. And I think that I will leave you with today. May you be protected, guided, blessed, and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, ancient masters of old, ancestors from every incarnation, and may you be provided for with all that you need to survive, live, thrive, being creative, inspirational, and healing to the world, so others can choose to follow in the same example and find their path and their strengths, and your strengths, and his and her strengths. And we can all come to a certain harmonizing moving forward. And it is difficult, yes, but it is so worth it. Oh, it's so worth it. And I will leave you with that. Thank you so much, my dear, beautiful sibling. May you be safe and sound. Love you. See you. Goodbye.